Here are 3 obstacles to discerning God's will for your life. Number 1 has to be noise. There are so many forces competing for our attention today, we can easily allow our lives to be consumed by them. The biggest contributor has to be social media. I'm talking Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, not to mention entertainment like Netflix and Disney, YouTube, as well as podcasts and Spotify. The algorithm is literally designed to draw us in and hold our attention, and if we're not careful, we can become captives to the noise. Why is that important? Because God speaks to us in the silence. Remember the prophet Elijah. God did not speak to him in the thundering earthquake or the fire, but in the still, small voice. We can also look to Jesus, who went off in the quiet of the morning to pray to the Father, and he taught his disciples to do the exact same thing, to go to your room, shut the door, and pray to your Father in secret. So if you want to know God's will for your life, unplug, distance yourself from the noise, and make time to listen to God in the silence. Number 2 has to be fear, especially fear of commitment. One of the biggest lies in our society today is equating freedom with keeping our options open. But options are only good for us if we actually take one. People are so often terrified of making the wrong choice that they fail to make one at all. In vocations, we call this LPD, the League of Perpetual Discerners, and it's not a good place to be. Let me tell you right now, it is much better to make a move towards a vocation you're not 100% certain about than to wait your whole life waiting for a certainty that never comes. But if the priesthood, diaconate, or consecrated life is a recurring theme in your prayer, ask the Holy Spirit for the courage to take solid steps in that direction. Go to some retreats, speak to your vocations director. I say that because often God's will becomes clearer to us through experiences than thundering words from heaven. And number 3 is ego. One of the biggest obstacles to vocational discernment is realizing it's not all about you. This was certainly true in my case. When it came to praying about my vocation, my focus was always on what I wanted, what I thought would make me feel the happiest. I wanted to marry my girlfriend at the time because of how she made me feel. But our personal desires are not the most important question. Look to Jesus as the model of vocation. The Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, to give his life as a ransom for many. Our vocation is the way God is calling us to give our lives in love. It's less about feelings and more about responsibility. How can we use our gifts to serve God and neighbor? So in conclusion, combat noise with silent meditation. Fight fear with the courage of the Holy Spirit, and conquer your ego with a heart set on service. My name is Father Sam French, a Vocations Director for the Diocese of Broken Bay, and if you're watching this, I'm praying for you. Thank you and keep the faith.